practice, what's the one thing that you put down you did really well, and what's the one thing you got to work on?
Yeah, well, it was, first of all, there's nothing like a scrimmage. You can do all you want in practice, but whenever you finally get all the coaches off the field and the guys get out there, you're really able to kind of see where you are. I think the biggest thing that I wanted to see was how our defense would respond. It's been back and forth all fall camp, but I was really proud of the defensive line and linebackers, and really felt like the first 3 quarters of the scrimmage, they did a great job up front and really dominated the scrimmage for the first 3 quarters. That was probably one of the biggest things I wanted to see that I did see. Disappointment, just too many penalties. We had a regular American conference official crew out there, so a little bit different than maybe some of the other practices. And we had 8 penalties on the day, and just too many. We had some costly penalties. We had a interception return to the 5-yard line that got called back due to a hands to the face on defense. And then we had another play where offense should have got the ball all the way down at the plus 5-yard line going in, and we had a personal foul away from the ball. So just a little bit sloppy with the penalties. That's probably the biggest disappointment overall in the scrimmage. And but that's why you scrimmage, and that's why you have officials out there. So you rather the guys learn about that and learn those lessons now than here coming up in a couple of weeks.
Coach, everybody talks about that the defense is normally ahead of the offense. Are you finding that out now too?
Yeah, and if that's not the case, then that's usually not a good sign. So I was definitely pleased, and again, that's what I wanted to see, because our offense has made a lot of plays in practice, but I want to see how the defense would respond, and I definitely would say that the defense was ahead for the majority of the day. And then the other side of it for the offense is, they came back in the fourth quarter. We did a 2-minute drive with both the first group and second group. And, the first group was out there, the first 3 plays, only gained 1 yard. And then on 4th and 9, with the game on the line, they hit a 12-yard pass completion and then went down and ended up getting the game-winning field goal. And then the second group went down and scored as well. So it was good to see the offense respond there at the end. And then whenever we got into the short yardage goal line at the very end, the offense did a nice job. So, I think the offense is disappointed overall in the first 3 quarters of the scrimmage, but it was good to see them finish the right way at the end.
Will Turner.
Good morning, Coach. Just how do you feel? How do you feel your team is? Are you on schedule after this first scrimmage? Where do you feel you guys are?
Yeah. Well, I would say we're probably a little bit ahead of where we were a year ago at this point, but we still aren't where I want to be. I want us to be playing a little bit cleaner than we played today. We had different guys out, and it was good to see that the backups have to go in there and have to step up and make some plays. But overall, we're definitely further ahead than where we were a year ago at this time. But kind of where our expectations are for where we should be, right now in fall camp and where we want to be by next scrimmage next Saturday. We still have plenty of work to do.
Leo Haggerty.
Coach, anybody on offense, defense, special teams make a splash play that jumped out at you today?
Yeah, I think all the quarterbacks made some plays. I think all 4 scholarship quarterbacks had a touchdown, but Trey Marsh had a big touchdown over 50 yards, beautiful throw to Garrett Reynolds over there. That was just a beautiful timing, probably threw it over 50 yards in the air. That was probably one of those plays that stood out. And then, we had 3 nice interceptions on defense. Jalen Herring had one, Chris Townsell, and then Jalen Stokes. So to see, 3 younger guys right there step up in a scrimmage situation and get some interceptions in key moments, I would say those guys probably stood out.
Eric Sharp.
There we go. Coach, you obviously know what the secondary looks like, but now you got to see them in sort of live time. How do they look as a group?
Yeah, I think they did a really good job. I felt like some of the different coverages and change-ups that we had, I think threw off the offense a little bit. Coach Spencer and them had some nice wrinkles today, but I'm really pleased with the progress of our secondary. I feel like we have a little bit more depth than maybe we did a year ago at both corner and safety. And those guys have taken a lot of pride in their play, and they really did well and showed up today. So I'm very optimistic of the improvement we're going to make this year in our secondary.
Joey Johnston.
Could you speak about Jaron Mangum in the backfield? You know, obviously a bigger back that you brought in this year. What you saw from him today and what you've seen from him in this camp, what you think he can bring to you this year?
Yeah, Jaron, he did a great job today. You know, this was, again, an opportunity to be able to evaluate him. Sometimes in the scrimmage work where you're just doing thud and staying up off the ground, you really can't evaluate the running backs as well, especially a bigger back like him. But he had probably another one of those splash plays we're talking about there at the goal line on 4th and 1. And he really went in there and, powered his way through the end zone and had a really nice finish. So that was good to see. We're going to need him just with our overall depth. He brings some size that maybe we don't have a lot of right now at that position. So it was really good to see him step up today in these scrimmage situations and make some plays. And I think as he continues to get more comfortable with the offense overall, we're going to see him continue to do well for us.
And one more thing on Jaron. Is it true you had some small connection to Clemson? You guys knew of him a little bit? Is that how it got done getting him here?
Yeah, there was. I believe he came to Clemson's camp, maybe either going into his junior year or senior year of high school. He came through our camp, and I had a chance to meet him then. And so there was a little bit of a foundation there.
Thanks.
Will Turner.
Coach, when I was asking this to Glenn Spencer yesterday, just kind of similar type of question. At the end of last season, you guys started the year with 9 scholarship cornerbacks and ended the year with 2, and obviously had your opt-outs and your COVID cases and your injuries. But just how refreshing is it, to have gone in the transfer portal, gotten some guys that you guys really, really needed at those type of spots, and just to be able to not just have depth, but have that quality depth that you guys were so looking for at the end of the year last year.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was no accident that as soon as the season was over, some of our first transfer guys and signees were guys in the secondary because, in college football and especially in our league, guys are throwing it up and down the field. And so if you don't have talent and depth in the secondary, then games can get away from you real quick. So I think that was one of our top priorities coming out of the season last year. And I really feel like we hit on all of those guys that we signed and that we brought in here. They've really been doing a good job. I'm also real proud of the way that they've meshed with our team and with our defense. These guys have just come in and just gone to work. There hasn't been very much drama or anything like that. And then also you got a guy like TJ Robinson that transferred in, right before the fall last year and had to sit out a year. And so you add him to that mix. That's 4 transfers there in the secondary that I really think are going to be able to add something to the guys that we already have here. Daquan Evans is a guy that had a really good year last year for us and was injured a little bit with his shoulder. He's had a really good spring. So overall, I think we're definitely pleased with our numbers and with the ability and skill set of that secondary group.
In this offseason, when you were looking at the numbers, you obviously brought in a pretty full high school class with, 20 kids and obviously, over 10 transfers. You obviously had the attrition that you guys did in kind of cleaning some guys that, just you guys probably felt didn't need to be on the roster. When you look at those numbers, did you expect to really kind of take 30 new additions, even closer to 35 at that point?
Yeah, I think, again, a first year when a new coach comes in, it doesn't matter where they go, there's always, some attrition. And then I think you add COVID and the opt-out opportunities and everything that came with that. I think it just magnified it a little bit more. But, hey, I believe everything happens for a reason. And each one of these young men that are here right now made the decision to be here. And, so I'm really excited where we are moving forward. But, I don't know what I expected coming in year one of what it would look like. I tried not to to make any quick early decisions as far as guys leaving and guys coming in. Really wanted us to do a good job of bringing the right type of not just players, but the guys that would fit the culture that we want here and that we're developing. And I really am pleased with that group and the group that we brought in before them. And then I think they've really done a good job meshing with our upperclassmen, the guys, that chose to come back and be a part of this team.
Andrew Kesey.
Coach, is there anything that surprised you about today, either good, bad, or both?
I think you learn not really to be surprised a whole lot. I think, being around it for a while, these first fall scrimmages, I've been a part of them that are just really, really ugly for the offense, for the defense. And then I've been a part of where we're competitive. And I think overall today, I'm pleased that, it wasn't one side dominating, even though the defense got off to a good early start, the offense responded. And that's really what you want to see as a head coach, is you want to see, people make plays and people come back and overcome from whenever maybe they made some mistakes earlier in the scrimmage. But I wouldn't say there's anything that surprised me from today.
And you've mentioned before how you think the defensive line, and I apologize, I jumped in late. So if you've already talked about the D line, I apologize. But you've mentioned before how that is the hardest position to nail down, and probably maybe 6 teams in the country are happy with their defensive line. Based on what you saw today, how far or close are you to, I guess, being satisfied or happy with where your D line is?
Yeah, well, I would say today they had a good day, and that's exactly what it is. It was a good day, right? And so I think our goal and their goal is to stack as many of those good days as they can together, and that's how we're going to improve. But all I can do is evaluate off of what I saw today, and I got to go back and watch the tape. I'm watching a lot of different things going on, but I know they did a good job getting into the backfield, and they do have a lot of pride. And we've had some guys that are banged up and injured. Kevin Kegler came out and was able to push through and play today, made some plays, and so. Overall, I was pleased by what I saw today. Being able to say if we're going to be where we need to be for the season, that's yet to be determined. I don't think I can make that just based off of one scrimmage. But I would say I was overall pleased with the production I saw from the defensive line from the on-the-field evaluation.
Joey Johnston.
I know you haven't released any kind of official depth chart, but when you grade this film and analyze it, is it likely that there'll be a lot of guys moving around? And I'm sure that'll continue to be fluid. So is it more of a pride thing at this point, guys moving up and wanting to keep that spot?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for us as coaches is, we can't be afraid to promote or demote. I think that's where, we're trying to build a culture of competition where guys – have to go out and produce to keep their job, or, guys can go play well and know that they have a chance to move up. So, each position coach has maybe done that a little bit throughout the beginning of fall camp. We'll meet on Sunday for about 2 hours. It'll be nothing but personnel meeting, going through every player on the team, kind of how they've done the first half of fall camp, what we saw in the scrimmage, and what maybe we need to see from them the next half of fall camp, and start kind of trimming down our reps and our numbers here as we get closer to the game.
Anything else for Coach this morning? Okay. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, guys.
Safe trip, Coach.
Thank you.
Sexy right there, my man. Is this first time we've done one here with you?
No, it's second time.
All right, we'll get started with questions for Donovan Jennings. Leo Haggerty.
Donovan, before we start, I just want to let you know I gained 10 pounds because I didn't have to chase you over to Taco Bell your senior year. So It's great to see you now.
Yes, sir.
What's the one thing you had to put on your board starting fall practice where this is what I got to get better at?
Really just connecting the freshmen and, connecting the team together as a whole, making sure, we're all on the same page, making sure, everyone knows everyone's names, building that team chemistry, and making sure, no one feels left behind. and I'm also improving myself and as a whole line, being more of a vocal leader, being willing to step up in those leader roles, and just looking to perfect my craft as well. Looking to be the best version of myself every day. And those guys, to the left and right of me, help me out so much. I love my team and the direction we're heading. And that's one thing was just, building team chemistry and making sure, that we all have that solid bond.
Joey Johnston.
Dono, how much of a leader for your unit is Brad Cecil? What does he do for all you guys? And how, is he a guy you rally around? And just speak about the leadership that he's provided since you've been here.
Yeah, me and Brad came in a true freshman, and since day one, he's been a vocal leader, a guy willing to step up and take that role. We love him being our center. Everyone, gravitates towards him. All the calls he makes, everything he makes us right. And I just love him being a vocal leader. He's done a great job this year, is stepping up and being more vocal, and a lot of players lean towards him, for if they're looking for guidance or any type of direction, they're looking for him. Even me too. I ask him questions all the time. What can I be better? What can I do better for you, Brad? Or what can I do better for the team? And he stepped into that role and done a great job. And I'm so happy to see where he is now and see where he is going to go.
And one more thing, if I could, on your run blocking, and you've had a lot of guys coming back. They're maybe smaller in stature, and then you bring in a guy like Mangum who's a little bit bigger. How nice is it to have a bigger back? And what have you seen from him in terms of the way he's producing and what he can bring to the team this year?
Yeah, I love all our backs. I think all our backs can do a great job and get us, many yards. And with him coming in, it does provide that bigger back role. Being in those, goal line packages, being able to push through and get that extra yard or extra 2 yards if need to be. He's done a great job. He had a great scrimmage today, and I can't wait to see what he does on the field.
Will Turner.
Hey, Dono, wanted to ask about Demontre Jacobs. He's a guy that Brad brought up and kind of talked about last week. What have you seen from him? I mean, he pretty much played every snap of that UCF game, when I went back. A guy that really looked like he was improving towards the end of the season. Just how excited are you for him to maybe take over and earn that starting spot this year?
Yeah, he's a great guy. First of all, he's a great character. Has great character. He's dependable. He's made great strides and improvements. It seems that every day he gets better and just seems to stack days on days on days. He's very athletic, long, super long, super athletic. He's able to make those tough blocks. He's able to, reach those 5 techniques. He's able to get on the stretch plays. He's able to do everything. I can't wait to see what he does, this season. And, I can't wait to see him, keep improving as a player because, he's done nothing but stat days so far and done nothing but a great job, being a great teammate as well. And that's one thing I want to mention too. He's just a great teammate, always looking to learn, always looking to get better, always looking to help his teammates out, always, asking questions, and looking to, get better each and every day.
And then, asking about you, last year you missed, the first 1 or 2 games. And then, I think if you might've missed one down a stretch, I can't remember off the top of my head, but, what's it like just this year, not having to worry about necessarily starting and then stopping and going back to your dorm room and maybe losing out on some conditioning? Just how nice is it to be able to kind of just go through this fall and just be able to work?
Yeah, it feels great, to be honest. Last year being with COVID, just rolling out, it was kind of tough getting back in the groove of things to begin with, because you're out for 2 weeks, so you have to, you don't get to be with your teammates or, be able to condition or work out. But this year, I think it's great. I'm able to just focus on me, focus on, what I have going on, focus on my craft. And I'm so excited to see what I can do this year because I feel like, the sky's the limit, and I haven't reached my full potential yet, and I'm still working towards it each and every day. Looking to improve myself and improve my teammates. That's what I came here to do, and that's what I will continue to do until I leave.
Derek Sharp.
Hey, speaking of getting into the groove, Donovan, you guys got out there. I know you've been working together, but today, did the scrimmage get those juices flowing even more? And how do you think the first group, your group, performed?
Yeah, the juice was definitely there. The first couple drives, were tough, but we seemed to rally together at the end. That's one thing about my group is that we may bend, but we'll never break. It might not start off how we want it, but we will definitely keep pushing and looking to improve each rep and each snap. And I love all my guys. I think all my guys put their best foot forward today. And of course, you can always work on little things and big things as well. But I think we've done a great job coming out strong and just ready to play. And I'm so eager to see what we do this year because every guy on my side of the ball has worked and worked to get better each and every day. And that's all I can ask for.
And then one more from me. People have been talking about the newer, quote unquote, bigger running backs, but we really haven't seen Felix that much. It seems to me as he's not afraid to run between the tackles either. Talk about him a little bit.
Yeah, like I said, all our backs are willing to run. They're all, pushing this in the yards, but, Flex, he's one of those guys, he's going to be able to run, the stretch and inside zone. He'll be able to, get those extra yards if needed. So, he's so quick and so light on his feet. The jump cuts are super clean. And, like I said, I'm so eager to see what he can do this year as well. And, camp, he has had a great camp so far. And each and every day, he's also getting better. You can see improvements in his game as well. And I'm so excited to see what he can do on that field.
Leo Haggerty.
Donovan, you got another Gaither Cowboy and Andrew Foykill in your room. Are you taking him under your wing and showing him the ropes?
Yeah, Gaither Pride, we got to stay homegrown, he's another kid as well. The sky's the limit for him. I see his potential each and every day. He comes here, he works. No matter what position they put him at, he's going to work. He's going to, try his hardest. And I'm so happy to see, a guy from my alma mater in my high school, come out and grind with me and, go through every deal, every, summer workouts, all that type of stuff. And, it's so refreshing, seeing him, prosper and do well. It makes me feel good. It, gives a good look to our high school. And, I can't wait to see what he does in the future as well.
All right. Thank you, Dono. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Donovan.
guys.
Blake, you getting a little ice? Appreciate you. Good. All right. Get started with the question for Christian Williams. Leo Haggerty, start us off.
Christian, as you were preparing for fall camp, what was the one thing you put on your bulletin board that you had to get better at?
Honestly, my biggest thing is just consistency. Sometimes people make plays, but it's about how often you make the plays. It's how often, you do your technique right, how often, you're in the right spot. So honestly, it's consistency. Just trying to be consistent every play, be the same player every play hard.
Thanks.
Joey Johnston.
Christian, what was your path to Miami, and why did you decide to come here, and how did you get here?
I passed to Miami, so I played there my freshman year. I played all special teams, so I stayed there for 1 year. I actually played the first game of my sophomore year. Then things just kind of didn't work out in my favor like I wanted it to. So I felt like it was just best to, just move on, just find somewhere else. And then, found Coach Scott. He just has a great plan here and everything. So I felt like it would be a great fit for me. So, yeah, I just came here and, ready to compete.
Could I ask you too about, all the new guys, for the most part, they bring size, bigger size than was in the secondary. How important is that to have a little bit of physicality back there?
Oh yeah, we like that. We like having big DBs, with the DBs developing in the NFL, everybody just getting bigger and bigger. And the bigger guys being able to move, bigger guys being fast and everything. So it's actually really good. We like to play physical. So it's really good that we have some pretty good pretty big DBs, make plays.
Derek Sharp.
A lot has been made of the size and the speed. Let's talk about the hands. I know that Day-Day's got some really good ones. Who's got the best hands, or maybe there's a tie for first of your group that back there?
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, I mean, me personally, I might be a little biased, but I think I got the best hands in the group. But I think our whole group got hands for real, really.
And then one other question people talk about, as they should, the newcomers. One guy in the secondary that doesn't get talked about that much is Smoke. I'm talking about as a leader. What's it like being alongside him?
It's really good. You know, Smoke, he gonna come to the field every day. He gonna bring it. He gonna bring the intensity. He gonna bring the work ethic. And it's really motivating just to play beside him, because it's like, even when you get, like, say some days I come in, I'm tired, you know, I'm feeling down, my body hurt. Smoke will always have that energy. So I'm like, all right, he doing it. I got to do it too. You know, that's my brother. I got to play beside him. He working hard for me. I got to work hard for him. So it's really motivating. I love Smoke, having him beside me. It's great.
Will Turner.
You know, this offseason you came in not just as the only DB transfer like we kind of alluded to. Obviously, you got Matt Hill with you and Will Jones. Did you guys create kind of a bond when y'all came in, 3 transfer defensive backs?
Yeah, we really did. So basically, we all came in, but we were all in similar situations. So, as soon as we got here, we kind of just clicked. And Matt's actually my roommate. So, we really have a good bond. And then Will too. So we're all coming from different colleges. We're all looking to, make a difference with the team. We're all looking to, just play together, just have a great time, honestly, make an impact on the team.
And, when you guys announced back on when the early signing period began, I just remember how crazy the fan base was going, because I think Will announced, you announced, Matt announced, and then Jaron Williams announced, all within like 20 minutes of each other. Just what do you remember about that day, and how much do you remember your phone blowing up, and just kind of what were the memories and emotions of this last early signing day?
It was a great feeling, actually. It's just exciting to have other people like you or in a similar situation, know that you're not alone. You know what I'm saying? Just know other people can relate to you, and it's really great.
Any other questions for Christian this morning? All right, thank you, Christian. See right there, and you should be able to. You won't be able to see him, but you'll be able to hear him. All right, questions for Blake Green. We'll get started with Leo Haggerty.
Blake, when you sat down before fall training camp and practice, what's the one thing you put on your bulletin board where you had to get better at?
One thing I felt like I had to get better at was all around my conditioning, and my get off the ball. I wanted to be consistent, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to always be able to get off the ball as fast as possible every play. So I felt like that was my main point coming into camp, just having a good get off,
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Joey Johnston.
Blake, yesterday, Coach Spencer was talking about the ways he thought the defense needed to improve, and he said that one of the top ones is stopping the run. Says you can't stop the run, you can't play. So what have you guys done to improve there, and how much better can you be at stopping the run this year?
Well, over the summer we took a lot of time to go over the plays and make sure we had everything down pat. And that's really the main point. Just knowing what we're doing on the field, so everybody can play faster. So I felt like us knowing what to do makes it easier for us to stop the run, and also being physical all the time. I feel like starting fall camp, we're coming out very physical, and we have a little chip on our shoulder, so we're just coming out to play hard.
And what about the defensive line as a whole? I know you guys want to put more pressure on the quarterback and get a better push. How much better are you now than last year? How much better are you than the spring moving forward?
Oh, we gained a lot of progress. Like it's a exponential jump that you can see from the spring to the fall. Just like I said, we put in a lot of work over the summer, as a group, working on different techniques, just making sure we know everything so we can just play fast at all times.
Will Turner?
Blake, under the previous staff, you guys played a lot of a 4-man front, you know, when you guys were here back in 18 and 19. Just what was the transition for you to have to get into that 3-man front, you know, especially with the depth you guys have at DT? Was there a different mentality that you had to take? What was the transition like?
I just embraced it, you know. It was just another challenge. I didn't feel like it was much of a tough transition. You know, it's still football at the end of the day. We just have to learn what to do and just go out there and play hard. You know, I just took it as a challenge to just be the best at whatever position I have to be on the defensive line in this front. So it wasn't that bad of a transition.
And you've got, you know, not just yourself, but 3 other guys that decided to take this extra year at the deep tackle spot, and 3 of them, or and 2 others, you have been together for a while between Kelvin and Kevin. Just what was your guys's you know, decision making, you know, when you guys decided to take that extra year?
We knew last year we couldn't go out like that. That wasn't our best performance, and that's not how we wanted to finish our senior year. So it was a no-brainer that we had to come back and redeem ourselves. You know, last year we felt like it was very embarrassing for the team and, you know, for the D-line ourselves, and we knew that we were better than what we displayed. So we made it our mission to come back and show everybody who we truly are.
And then one more follow-up for me. Coach Spencer yesterday talked about the word redemption. What does that word mean to you, and just how it fits in with the theme of the defense this year?
What it means to me is, you know, what is redemption. Like last year, it left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. It left a bad taste in my mouth, especially. So everything that we're doing from fall camp, from spring to fall camp, all the training, conditioning, we're just trying to make sure we get better than what we were last year, just to show that wasn't USF. You know, we were way better than what we put on film last year.
Thanks, Blake.
Yes, sir.
Joey Johnston?
Blake, your uncle Reggie played at Florida, played in the NFL. I don't know what the age difference is here, but how much of an influence has he been? How close are you guys, and how much football do you remember him playing as you grew up?
Well, I seen films of him back in college, so I didn't really see him much. But you know, he's been a big part of my life. You know, I talk to him when I can. You know, he's always on the run, so we all, you know, he's always doing different things. But he's been a big part of my football career. You know, just learning different things from him. You know, he's offensive tackle, so you know he can give me tips on how to, you know, beat tackles and, you know, how to become a better defensive lineman. But you know, we're really close. You know, I always speak to him. You know, go over there, chill with him, and you know, he had a real impact on my football career.
Is there anything that he told you about how to go about your business, how to get better, that you can bring to the field each day, that he emphasized to you?
Yeah, yes, sir. He just, you know, show up, work hard, you know, do what needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? Keep your nose clean, just be an all-around good guy, you know, and just work hard all the time. He always instilled that in me, so I'm grateful for that.
Okay, any other questions for Blake this morning?